Hey Joe here, it's Duel here to kill anime and manga, and this video is Art of Storytelling. Now this week's Art of Storytelling number 3 will be about world building. The YouTube anime community talks it when in regards to famous series like Naruto and One Piece, and a lot of people say that this is what makes good world building, and that is what makes world building, and I like how this series has good world building. But for those of you guys who don't know, and some of you guys who think you know you don't know, I wanted to talk about it because it goes much deeper into having a lot of different places and an expanded upon setting. You see, world building, in my opinion, is when you have a two amount of things. The first thing is expanding the setting. So you have a much reach about the setting. In adventures in any type of series, you have the original setting, whether it's for a short place, whether it's in a school, you have classes. You could have one class, you could have many classes. There could be the cafeteria, there could be the art room, there could be the gym room. You know, it's not just locked onto your class. There are a lot of things about your school, even though if you went there for how many years, you haven't had and you haven't done anything in that. That's what good world building is, when it makes it feel as real as the real world as possible. You know, in the real world, you don't know everything that you're into, but you know there are a lot of different things out there that can be exposed to. And the setting that you're in now speaks about why you do things and how you do things. The second thing is about justifying character actions. When a character does things in the series in a certain setting, he needs to have logic in why he's doing it. You see, I'll put this example for you guys for the first part and the second part. The first part, which is expounding upon the setting, we have a main character in the story. Let's put Tyrone, okay? I'm gonna make it stereotypical, this American gangster style, okay? Tyrone is a contemporary teenage boy. He's 15 years old. He is the child of a single mother. His father left him at a young age. He is inside of a project. He lives there and he has a lot of African American friends like himself, and his friends are involved in a lot of things that he shouldn't be involved in. They're involved in drugs, they're involved in alcohol, they're involved in gangs, they don't go to school as often, and he's about to follow in suit with what these guys are doing. One day they say, "Oh, hey Tyrone, yeah, motherfucker, yeah, we go bang over this convenience store over here. You know, how about you go in, flash a little 1-2, and then we get the money." Well, for you guys who don't know slang, that means he has to go in, you know, pull out a fake gun, unbeknownst to him, and rob the convenience store. What he doesn't know is that the gun was loaded, and he was supposed to only use the gun to intimidate the cashier. But he eventually got caught, and now he's being tried in jail for robbing, and he may get some time in jail. One, there's a project, there's school, there's ghetto, so you can assume that there's a system in place to where these people don't have anything better to do, whether the community's wrong, whether they're adults who are selling them drugs or getting them into the wrong things. And I just said that Tyrone was a single mother. I'm sorry, Tyrone's mom was a single mom. So his father might have left him. His father may have left him because he didn't want to take the responsibility for his child. But he doesn't know that for himself, and he doesn't have that father to be the disciplinary to tell him that this is right and this is wrong. And the second part of justifying the character's actions is how he doesn't have a father, how he doesn't have an influence to tell him don't do this, don't do that, and how he's influenced by his friends much over because his mother, being a single mother, has to also work and support the family, so she doesn't have that influence to tell him or be that overarching progenitor, you know, that person who says no, don't do this, don't do that, and he trusts a lot of what the people he's around him does. Now we can take this to anime and manga when we talk about a good world building, which is One Piece, and in my opinion, a bad world building, which is Fist of the North Star. So when you talk about both of these series, I think that either with One Piece or Fist of the North Star, you'd have variance in how these stories go. Both of these stories are good, but the reason why this series has good world building is because of the 2 points I mentioned earlier. It expands upon the setting. You see, the original setting in One Piece managed around the 4 blues: the East Blue, the North Blue, the South Blue, the West Blue. But then it went into the Grand Line and furthermore into the New World. This crazy world in One Piece with the adventures of the Straw Hat Pirates justifies their actions and where they find these different things because we don't know a lot about the past, and there's a lot of teasing about the past of One Piece with the Void Century, with what happened on the stand when Roger said, "You can find my treasure in one place." And this is why the pirates all set off so they can find the treasure in one piece in the New World, so they can gain the ultimate treasure that Gold Roger had, the Pirate King's treasure, which justifies pretty much how this world building can go. You need a lot of different things. You have a lot of different water currents, ocean currents. There are a lot of human and relative to our world elements inside of One Piece, but there are a lot of relative fantasy things, and they wrap together nicely because there are a lot of past and hint towards the past that we don't know about, and there are systems in the world that are logically explained. Even though we don't know some things like hockey or how devil fruits originate from, we know that with these things here, how the world works. We know that the Marines want to go against pirates to maintain order in the world. The world government wants to go against these, and the revolutionary wants to go against the world government, because the world government will do a lot of things to shade over the people. So there are a lot of real aspects to it, but it's in a fantasy twist, so I like that. But with Fist of the North Star, it's more of a genuine real aspect, and it does have a fantasy twist, but it doesn't attack it in a logical way, thus meaning it has not good world building. The setting so far has a post-apocalyptic world where Kenshiro goes around generally protecting the weak from those who are stronger than them. And the strong is just so plain generic. You have these big jacked up steroids WWE guys, 6'5" tall, who come in and then Kenshiro whoops their ass. While it's cool, it does get repetitive over time, and because of the lack of world building besides just the world being an apocalypse, it isn't very effective. Alright, so in conclusion, when I talk about world building, it has to be able to shape the foundation of the story because it has to justify characters' actions. We have to know why characters do these certain things. We have to know why Tyrone's in the ghetto, why Tyrone has a single mother, why Tyrone's being influenced by his gang. We have to know why the Straw Hat Pirates are taking on this adventure, why it's crazy in the New World. And we have to know why Kenshiro has to save the weak from the strong. Why is there a post-apocalyptic world? What type of different areas are better than others? Put your comments and put your thoughts about what I said in the video below. So, like or dislike this video, it does not matter. You've had all the quality content with none of the filler. If you don't know what that is, then you need to watch more anime. Alright guys, peace.